What's up, guys? How's everybody doing?
What's up? What's up?
Great.
Hey, guys.
Ask me.
Real quick, I want to give our special guest. You guys already know who's here, Mike, NFL Mike, I should say, but formerly known as Mike on Mike Sports. Let's give him a round of applause, gentlemen. Welcome back. You guys are gorgeous here on.
Round of applause. Tom Telesco's biggest fan.
And then I also want to welcome our new guest to the show, James Boda Sports. You guys can follow him on the show too. Woo!
Hey, Mike.
To have both you guys on here.
I just got off the phone with Tom Telesco and I got Brandon Sanders. We got big moves coming. It's not over.
More big moves?
We got more big moves coming.
It's about to go down, but hey, Jay, you know who you've been talking about making moves for all year? We'll get right into it, everybody. The Houston Texans. Why don't you take this one first, Jay? What do you foresee the Houston Texans doing to turn around their franchise? We got our new series back, 5 Worst Teams.
Yes, H-Town, I love you. I love Houston. The city's beautiful. By the way, bolt up in the comments. Yes, bolt up all day. Texans, they got to keep Davis Mills, and they got to get rid of Deshaun Watson. I know he even played last year. He's going to play this year. Get rid of him. Get a first-round pick for him. Get some kind of defensive piece. You need some defense. And I think it's really that simple for them to get better. Keep Davis Mills, get rid of Deshaun, and leverage him for a draft pick, maybe a piece. Like Russell Wilson. Like, get a good defensive lineman, get a tight end, get a draft pick. Not as good as Russell Wilson, but make something happen. That's all I got, really, for the Houston Texans. Trash.
What are you thinking, Mike?
Yeah, I think that's number one business for the Texans is to get this Deshaun Watson trade done with. Wherever he goes to, they're going to get a haul in draft picks. So, I mean, the sky's the limit as far as this upcoming draft. They could have 15 picks total in the upcoming draft if they get everything they want out of Deshaun Watson. And the way the talk has been, it seems like they're going to get everything they want out of Deshaun Watson. I don't know if that has anything to do with the Texans being quiet today for the most part. I haven't seen too many signings. It's looking like quarterback-wise, Houston's going to move on with Davis Mills. I don't know. I mean, Tyrod Taylor is still on the roster, but you think that you go with the young guy and give him a chance to prove himself in what's going to be probably another miserable year for Houston. I am a little shocked that they haven't really picked up anyone yet to try and improve this team. I'm excited to see where Deshaun Watson goes. I think Carolina and New Orleans are the two rumored places to land. I think both of those will be fun spots. I would love to see Deshaun Watson to New Orleans. Michael Thomas, come on back. Alvin Kamara, go ahead and pay off who you got to pay off in Vegas. And let's go and get the former NOLA product, Jarvis Landry, in the building. And let's build a super offense in New Orleans. They already got
a super criminal team, Mike.
They already got the O-line. The defense is already there. Now New Orleans can be good.
Hey, that's facts. I like that take. I like the Jarvis Landry take, too. He's very underrated. What are you thinking, James?
I mean, you're saying a lot of it, right? Like, get Deshaun Watson out of there. Get his contract off the books. That's just eating up any space you could be using in free agency right now. I do agree it's weird they're not making moves, but at the same time, they shouldn't be buyers as much as they should be trading off pieces right now. They should be moving Laramie Tunsil because by the time he's ready to be good, they're going to be – or by the time they're good, he's not going to be, like, there or ready to get paid. Brandon Cooks, another piece in the same situation. By the time they're good, he's not going to be like, he's going to want the payday. So move on from him, get as much draft capital as you can, and try to attack this draft as Nick Cassiero. I'm not 100% confident in Davis Mills. I know he has knee issues from Stanford, but as a low-cost piece for a transition, fine. If he works out, great. If he doesn't, move on. He was, a third-round pick? He was, their first pick? Yeah, keep it going. They have enough young talent. They can make this whole thing work. Getting a piece like Kyle Hamilton in there, who I've been calling a diet Sean Taylor, which is a huge compliment, I think is the key. I don't think Thibodeau is the piece they need. I don't got much else to say. I'm just going to try to fill 14 seconds now. Just drinking out of this cup.
You're all good. Thank you for that. I like what you're saying about Thibodeau too, because I think it's between him and Aiden Hutchinson, but I don't know. What do you think, Vib?
I agree along the general terms of the bandwagon, or the general what the whole bandwagon's saying. Roll with Davis Mills next year because for a reason, because I think that they'll get the haul from Deshaun Watson, but I don't think if they use a pick on any quarterback in this year's draft class would be smart because they all kind of suck. and they're not like generational talents. They're not talents I would take in the top 10. So, I mean, I think that you roll with Davis Mills next year. But instead of what James said, I'm drafting Kayvon, just because I think that an edge rusher is more likely to make an impact on day one, as we saw with Nick Bosa, as we saw with Chase Young, and many other examples I can give, than a safety, because the most important part of defense, in my opinion, is pass rush and linebackers. So that's my explanation.
Hey, pass rusher, linebacker, they need to go out and get Thibodeau. I really like Kyle Hamilton too, just because he's he's one of those generational safeties that you see. At least I think that he's going to be. And hey, look at that guy smiling over there, because he was calling Davis Mills being good all season. And look, Davis Mills might come back and be the starter. So, I mean, everybody pretty much elaborated on what I have to say. I really don't want to say anything else and drag this out. I mean, the Texans are a pretty freaking boring team to talk about anyway. But we'll see what happens.
Hey, Dalt, side note, Deshaun Watson's a glorified Matt Schwab, just so everyone knows. But we'll talk about that another day.
Yo. You need to be careful. People are gonna murder you in the comments.
My man Jay, like
glorified Matt Schwab that touches massage therapist. That's all he is.
Oh my god! Oh my god! Shots fired.
We'll keep that same order. We'll just keep going. Jay, Mike, James, and then Vib, and then me. But why don't you take this one away? Your guy, Jay.
Yes. My guy, Russell Wilson. I actually really want to talk about this for a few reasons. One, because, first of all, Aaron Rodgers could have possibly got a ring maybe, and he chose to chase the bag. Maybe it was smart because the Chargers might end up beating the Broncos anyway. But Russell Wilson's going after this ring because the Broncos, I think, are one of the favorites to win the Super Bowl. Right now, I have three teams. I have the Broncos, I have the Chargers, and I got to throw Tampa Bay back in the mix because Tom Brady's back, of course. But, yeah, Russell Wilson made the right choice. I'm going to love watching Russ twice a year against the Chargers. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be fun games. Justin Herbert versus Russ. I'd love to see it. This team's going to be so exciting, man. Russ finally has a team that's really good. It's been like 6 years. So I'm super happy for Russ. Super happy for the Denver Broncos. Seattle Seahawks also wanted this trade. They got a bunch of draft picks. They got a bunch of decent players. Noah Fant, Drew Lock, Mike's favorite quarterback, I think, now in the NFC West. And then you got you got Shelby Harris on defense too. So I really like both sides. I think it was a win-win situation. Russ, hopefully they love him as much in Denver like they loved him in Seattle because he was so loved in Seattle. Yeah, I love the move for both sides, and I'm gonna be hyped to see Russ in the AFC West. Let's go, baby. What did Mike got to say? I know Mike got a lot to say.
Yeah, I'm not as hyped as you, Jay, to see Russ in the AFC West. I'll tell you that right now. I mean, it's a big move for the Broncos, right? And good thing the Broncos made this move, because imagine this Denver team now having to keep up with Kansas City, Los Angeles. The Raiders made the playoffs last year, and they added Honey Badger. So, I mean, they're not absolutely terrible, so they're competitive too. But imagine the Denver Broncos fielding a team led by Drew Lock in this division. It will be an absolute mess. Now, with that being said, yes, Russ is a top 7 QB around there now with Shaun Watson and Tom Brady both returning to the NFL this weekend. He doesn't really make them a Super Bowl contender in my mind, but he gives them something to build around for the next couple of years. Russ has 3 to 5 really good years left in him at the very minimum. This guy said on record he wants to play until he's 45, and he's been putting in the work in the off seasons to get there. So Denver, yes, they're going to be competitive this year. Maybe make the playoffs as a wild card team, but I'm really looking to see them go all in, like you're seeing the Chargers go all in this offseason in the next couple of off seasons. Because right now, when you look at the offense in Denver compared to what they had in Seattle, it's pretty similar, just minus DK Metcalf and Tyler Lockett's talent out wide. And when you stack up their offense against the other AFC West offenses, I think I'm still taking KC and LAC. So big step for the Broncos, but they're not really Super Bowl contenders yet.
Truth. What do you think, James?
I agree with Mike on a lot of that. I don't necessarily write them into Super Bowl contenders, like off the gun, just because of a Russell Wilson trade. I'll put their cap at like AFC Championship, I guess. They have a young team. They have a lot to develop on this team. Cortland Sutton is still young. Jerry Jeudy, we don't know what Jerry Jeudy is because of the injury last year and then the question marks in year one. They have talent all over the board, but Williams is going to be, am I saying Williams? I don't know. The running back Williams is going to be the biggest star to point out in this entire situation. But to get that, they need veteran leadership. To get the most out of these dudes, they need a veteran. So it'll probably take a couple years. I don't see how they can't get to the Super Bowl. I just don't think it's like a Matt Stafford situation where you plug him in and all of a sudden they're going to the Super Bowl. And even then, the Matt Stafford situation wasn't like a perfect 1-for-1, like put this piece in. It took some work, and they honestly barely made it to the Super Bowl, but that's a whole nother discussion. I think you could see them make a big wave, but I do think they're in the toughest division in football right now. So I think it's an uphill battle.
Hey, thank you, James. What do you think, Bib?
I'm leading. I think that the Broncos are a Super Bowl contender, but I also think that if we're being honest here, I think that their ceiling is probably the AFC Championship. I just don't see a team with that little experience getting past like the Bills or Chiefs.
Okay. Yeah,
that's my 2 cents, because most people like said already like a lot of stuff I had to say. James had made some amazing points about development and like how there are a lot of question marks surrounding the development of young players like Cortland Sutton and Jerry Jeudy around that team. So like if there's anything that I have to say, I think that they're still really, really inexperienced overall. I think that they're gonna easily make the playoffs, easily win a playoff game. But like past that, it's uncertain because the AFC is really, really competitive and their players are inexperienced.
Hey, Viv, I'm gonna tell you right now. I'm telling all you guys right now. It's Chargers or Broncos out of the AFC, or no one else. That's it. No one else is even in the running in my mind. It's just Chargers or Broncos. No one else. I don't care about nobody. Even the Titans. I don't care about y'all. Go ahead though. Just let y'all know.
I gotta play devil's advocate, I guess, and I gotta say that I think that this team can win a Super Bowl if Von Miller goes back. I mean, Jay's guy, Russell Wilson under center, that receiving core, like James pointed out, that Viv just highlighted as well. There's a lot of pieces there that are not there. Like, they're in their window right now. I'm glad that they know that. This trade shocked everybody, I think. But, oh, my God, that division's going to be good because you got the Chiefs, too, and even the Raiders if Derek Carr stays in. It really is going to be interesting to see what happens. But at the end of the day, I mean, my favorite for that division is experience, the guy who I think has been doing it the longest. I don't think that the Broncos have the best offensive line, but it's not the worst. So, I mean, with dangerous, as you say, Jay, I mean, we'll see what will happen, but I'm optimistic to say the least. Hey, shout out to everybody that's in the comments. If you guys aren't already, subscribe to Warzone, subscribe to Up for Debate. We appreciate y'all. So getting to our next topic, guys. Did anybody put your hand up if you saw Tom Brady coming back this early? I didn't personally. Okay.
So all right, the Niners. It's all Bruce Arians' fault, but it's all good.
Why do you say that? Why do you say that, Jay?
Because I was watching something, I think some guy from ESPN after the basketball game. He said that the Niners were the team, the San Francisco 49ers were the team, but Bruce Arians said it was bad for business and he wouldn't allow it because technically he was under contract. But he was set to go to the San Francisco 49ers. That was the only team they named on ESPN last night when they were talking about it. So they named one team. There's one team we were all thinking there's one good fit. Jimmy G's not the guy, obviously, because he couldn't get it done, I guess. Jaquiski Tartt really that couldn't get it done with that interception. But anyway, I'm not going to talk about that. Tom Brady should have went back to the Niners and would have definitely went to the Super Bowl this year. But now he's going back to Tampa Bay Bucks, who I've always thought is a really bad team. But you put Tom Brady on any team, they're going to be a great team. So I'm super happy for him. I seen Tom Brady coming back because, I mean, Tom Brady's not the kind of guy that's going to leave off a loss, especially the way he lost where they should have won the game. His defense gave up a big play at the end and really completely blew the game for Tom Brady. And, he should be on a better team this year, but he's going to try it again with the Bucks one year. Probably going to get knocked out of the playoffs again, maybe make the Super Bowl and lose, and then come back and win it probably next season and get that dub for like someone like the Niners or something like that. But anyway, I love to see Tom Brady. It's gonna be the first year where I'm all in on the Chargers. You already know my Chargers are probably into beating his Bucks in the Super Bowl, and I'll be sad for him a little bit, but I'll be super happy because you know what I'm saying, our squad's gonna get it done. Mike knows. Mike's also a Chargers fan if you guys didn't know. But yeah, I'm happy for Brady.
Speaking of, what do you think, Mike?
I'm the Chargers fan, Jay. The Chargers. But
You hop on my
yeah,
bandwagon.
I'm very, very excited for Brady's return. I think we kind of all saw it coming for the most part. I guess, Dalt, you're right. It was really quick, like a quick turnaround. But it was a smart time to go ahead and say, hey, I am officially coming back with free agency about to hit. They were about to lose like 20 guys. They were able to keep Carlton Davis. I think they're working on Leonard Fournette because Leonard Fournette put up a goodbye post and then took it down, which means that Leonard Fournette probably is working on a deal with Tampa as well. Bad news for the Buccaneers. They are losing both of their like all-pro, Pro Bowl level guards this offseason. One's retiring, and Alex Cappa went to Cincy, and Ali Marpet is retiring young. And he was actually asked to come out of retirement also, and he said no. So that's a little bit of trouble for Brady, who's a stationary quarterback, as we know. But Tom Brady's dealt with much worse. I will say this. If you celebrated his retirement, don't celebrate his return. I want you just as mad that he came back as happy as you were that he retired. I ain't here for the Tom Brady haters to come out of the woodworks and be like, one last ride. Yay, we love Brady, and join the Brady, what will we call it? The Brady sexual squad. All right. Creating his own bronze-sexual team. Don't join it now. Stay out of it.
What are you thinking, James?
I've never heard Brady sexual used in the same way as Braun sexual, but I like that. I live in Brady sexual country, and I'll tell you, the amount of Bucs jerseys that appeared out of nowhere, everyone all of a sudden went from being a New England fan to being a Bucs fan. I could say I'm not surprised by it. I thought it was going to happen at some point this year. I guess I can't rightfully say I thought it would be in 40 days. That's a very exact, weird number. And also a big middle finger to Aaron Rodgers and his, like, I just secured the bag. It's like, well, guess what? I'm back. Let's go again. Round 3. He's got a lot to work with. Like Mike said, 2 of his interior linemen out. Ali Marpet's actually a huge hit. I like him a lot. I can't see any way they don't get back, though, and that's just the Brady effect. That's what Brady does for a team. He elevates everyone around him, and he makes it tougher to compete in his division. It sucks. It's the reality of what it is, though.
Yeah, it's like the thing about that is you're right. Like that just completely shattered the whole NFC South and their hopes. What are you thinking, Bib?
Man, Mike was talking about people who love Brady and people who hate Brady. I'm part of the people that love Brady train. I was sad to see him go, but even though I live in Atlanta, so you can pretty much figure what people here think. Like literally, I was talking to my friends and they were like, "Damn, Tom Brady came back." But yeah, I love the fact I love the fact that Brady's back. I do think that he is unfinished. I do think that he is unfinished business. And there was like some tweet I saw which was like, yeah, every other year for like the last since 2014, he's won a Super Bowl, lost in the playoffs, won a Super Bowl, lost in the playoffs, won a Super Bowl, lost in the playoffs, then won the Super Bowl. Then he lost in the playoffs last year. So who knows? He could win a Super Bowl this year.
Hey, I want to say, Boda, really quick, just so you know, there is no Tampa Bay Buccaneer fans in the entire country. They're all Tom Brady fans. Just so you know, the Bucs suck. Tom Brady's really, really great. Just so you know, no one's a Bucs fan.
I honestly think that Jay is correct.
No, he's right, dude. Tampa Bay, and I'll say this as a statement, as a broad brushstroke, is the biggest bandwagon fan base I've ever seen, ever. They don't care about the Rays until they win. They don't care about the Bucs until they win. They only care about the Lightning because they win. If it wasn't for that, there would be no sports in that city.
And then they got the audacity to try and call themselves Titletown.
Oh, Tampa Bay.
Brady. I like that, though.
Do you know what you said, though, that I really like, James? That 40 days shit, that 40 days and 40 nights, that's so Brady. Like, of course, first he kisses his kids, which is weird. But, I mean, I'm a Brady hater. I'm not going to lie to you guys. Like, I'm an Eagles fan. I'll embrace it. But anyway, first he kisses his kids. Don't even get me started on that. But he comes back after 40 days and 40 nights. And you brought up a middle finger, too, James. And it's kind of like it was a middle finger to the whole Bucs organization. Like, think about how they feel. Unless it was all an internal thing and they knew the whole time Brady was coming back, which there is a chance of that. But the point is, like, think about how the Bucs felt. Like, they're probably like, oh shit, we got to go find a quarterback for 3 weeks, like completely panicking. Like, we're built to win a championship right now. We have no QB. Like, oh shit, are we going to get Watson? Are we going to get Russ? And then Brady's like, yeah, you know what? I talked to Ronaldo. I talked to LeBron. I'm coming back. Like, it was just such a weird scenario.
Why can't he love his kids? What's so?
He can
Hold
love
on,
his
that's
kids.
that's a totally different discussion. Hold on.
But he can't
I
love
didn't see
his
the video,
kids.
so maybe it's like some crazy stuff. I can't. Maybe some crazy. I'm not gonna sit with it.
You've
I
never
haven't seen the
that
video.
Going nowhere. He ain't going nowhere. Can't be.
Yeah, that
stopped
video of
now.
him and freaking
It's
Gronk
bullshit
walking
for
together.
life.
I'd be lying
Is
if I
Joe
said I didn't wanna
Morley in the
see.
chat still?
I hope
This
so.
is
What?
going to make Joe Morley cry.
He's sulking.
Oh my god, that is gonna make him cry.
What do you think, Jay?
Yeah, I think that. I mean, it would make sense for the Colts because your boy Wentz is not the answer. He's gone. He's a commando now, or whatever they call themselves out there in DC. So he's doing his thing. So I mean, Carr, it seems like the guy because who else is going to play quarterback for this team? No, seriously, Mike. When you talk in about a minute, tell me who's going to play quarterback because I really don't know who they have to play quarterback in Indianapolis. And you have a great football team. You have a great defense. You have a really good defense. The Chargers have a great defense. Colts have a really good defense. They have they have Quentin Nelson still on the line. They have Jonathan Taylor. You have to have somebody under center that can somewhat play quarterback. I'm not talking about Geno Smith. I'm not talking about Deshaun Watson. I'm talking about a real quarterback. And I think Derek Carr could be that guy. Yeah, shots fired to Deshaun. You can keep going all night. But I think that guy could be Derek Carr. I think Derek Carr would make a lot of sense. I don't know how the deal would work. Someone in the comments said the Giants should be involved in this some way. Danny Dimes maybe to Indianapolis or to Las Vegas. Take Derek Carr though. I don't know. There's so many options, but I do think that I think that he could be a top 10 quarterback. Take Kirk Cousins' spot at number 10 and take them to maybe even the second round of the playoffs. It's very possible. It's a good team. They're not going to make it because it's not the Broncos, it's not the Chargers. They're not going to the AFC Championship game, but I think they'll make it pretty far with Derek Carr if they do it.
What do you think, Mike?
Yeah, as much as I love to see Derek Carr get traded away from the Raiders, after all the Raiders fans told me that Derek Carr would retire before he'd play for another team, that's some BS. I'll tell you that right now. Derek Carr will play for whatever team he is given $30 million to play for every single season. He does not care where it is. It can be in Vegas. It can be on Mars. He doesn't care. Elon Musk, start a franchise. But I think it's highly unlikely that Carr's going to get traded. The Raiders went and got the Honey Badger today. They extended Max Crosby. Both of those moves signal to me that the Raiders are going to attempt to keep up in the AFC West or in the AFC in general. Maybe they're looking at a wild card spot. Maybe they're looking at competing for a wild card spot once again. Remember, they just got in last year in the last week of the season. But I don't see the Raiders picking up a veteran safety and then re-signing a veteran pass rusher to a large money deal and then saying, hey, yeah, we're going to trade our franchise quarterback and go into a rebuild the next day. I think it's far more likely that we see Jimmy Garoppolo in Indianapolis than Derek Carr. With all the chips falling, Mitchell Trubisky to Pittsburgh, Brady coming back, Watson's about to get traded to New Orleans or Carolina. It's just seeming like Jimmy to Indianapolis is where the Colts are. And the Colts backed themselves into this corner. They could have held on to Carson Wentz until after free agency and made a decision on what they're going to do with them then. So Jimmy to Indy.
What are you thinking, James?
I'm with Mike again. I think the cost-efficient option is Jimmy G. And I don't think Derek Carr, for the statement, I don't think he will retire as a Raider. Very few franchise quarterbacks retire with their team. Look, there's too much, and we talked about this a bit with Denver, but there's too much young talent on that team to not put out a high-quality quarterback, a top 10 quarterback, put him in that system, and try to at least get to the chip, try to get to the bowl. And you're talking about Darius Leonard, you're talking about Michael Pittman, you're talking about Jonathan Taylor, Paris Campbell, I think, is still there. He might be a free agent. But, there's all that talent, and you're just squandering them with not even transition quarterbacks. Phillip Rivers, Carson Wentz, Sam Ellinger. I don't know what their plan is. They're just going to let them go. Oh, Quentin Nelson, didn't even mention him, one of the best guards in the league. You're wasting their time, and you're wasting your window to win a Super Bowl right now. You've done such a good job drafting. Don't screw it up.
That's facts. Yeah, you guys have put all this work in. Poor Darius Leonard. I don't know if you guys saw his tweet that he put out about the QBs. He was just fifth year going with a fifth different QB. I feel so bad for him. What are your thoughts, Vid?
Yeah, so I'm with James and Mike. I think that I think that Derek Carr is too big of. They're gonna pay a very big price for Derek Carr in terms of capital that they're gonna have to give up, and they're also gonna pay him a lot of money for a team that has other holes. I feel like if you went and got Jimmy G, you'd make his even if like yeah okay and if and I know you and Jake can attest to this. You guys have been on the pod with me many times. You know how I feel about Jimmy G. I think he sucks. All right. I think that he's the reason that the 49ers didn't win the Super Bowl in 2019. The reason that the 49ers didn't win the NFC Championship. Okay. He sucks. He's terrible. Okay. But you can make his job really, really easy and still get to the playoffs. You could just run the ball through JT and throw slants to Michael Pittman. That can be your offense. And you could play good defense and get to the playoffs. I think that should be the Colts. I think that should be the Colts strategy. Get Jimmy G for cheap. Make the offense run it really, really easy, just like the 49ers did it. Okay, then scrap him after a year and find somebody much better for cheap.
Yeah,
Draft or whatever it may be.
Yeah, that sounds like a solid plan to me. You guys pretty much took all the words out of my mouth for Carr. So what I'll do is I'll just run this one real quick because I don't have too much to say, and then you four can take it, and then we'll keep moving just because we have a couple more. But all people in the NFC North are rejoicing because DeVante Adams seems to be leaving. Gone, Pack, gone. Look at Viv's face. He's smiling down there. He basically told the Packers today, go after yourselves. I'm not playing for the franchise tag. It's time for me to get paid. I earned it. You guys are paying pretty boy Aaron Rodgers. He gets whatever he wants. Give me my bag right now. And I got to say this. I respect it. I love DeVante Adams, and he's definitely earned it. I saw today, the fact that Christian Kirk is higher paid than DeVante Adams right now is criminally insane. That's all I got to say about this. What do you think, Jay?
Well, I will say Christian Kirk, they said the Arizona wide receiver 2 is the highest paying job in America right now, so that's pretty good for Christian Kirk that he got that one. But I think that you're right. To quote The Weeknd, he earned it. You know what I'm saying? So I think he did earn the right to sit out. He is a top wide receiver. I think he's number 1, if not number 2, behind Cooper Kupp. I was texting NFL Mike about it. I follow him on TikTok, and we're talking about the Chargers should try to pick him up if he doesn't want to play, but Chargers are too stacked. They have no room for him. So someone's going to want to pick him up, though. That's the point of the story. Is someone's going to want to pick him up. I think the Raiders might, be a team that might want to make a trade, make something happen for him. Because the way I'm seeing it is, and Mike will give me the logistics right now, but the way I see it is the Packers probably not going to pay. I don't think they're going to pay him this year because they pay Aaron Rodgers too much money, and then all their money is going to go to 2 guys. The team's already not looking that great, in my opinion. Probably, I would say, go to Las Vegas. Team up with Derek Carr, see if they can make the AFC West even a little bit more crazier, and get some kind of pieces back for him. But I don't know, because if he doesn't play, it's going to be a waste. It's going to be another Ben Simmons situation out there like in Philly. And, Doll, you know how that went. So trade him for a Harden, equivalent of a Harden in the NFL or something like that, and get it going for you. But that's my opinion.
Thanks for reminding me, Jay. What are you thinking, Mike?
I'll talk about the Pack first, then I'll talk about the Raiders, Jay. My goodness gracious. But, yeah, the Packers, they're in a tough spot. DeVante Adams has them by the ball sack right now pretty bad because they absolutely have to extend DeVante Adams. You do not give the quarterback $50 million and put the whole franchise on the line and then not bring back the number 1 weapon because they ain't going to win without him. They ain't going to win without DeVante Adams. The Green Bay Packers fielded the best team in football last year, talent-wise, roster-wise. They had one of the best defenses and the best offenses with a list of about 10 injuries to star players. And now this year they're going to be much worse, but they're still going to be a very good team. They have to bring DeVante Adams back. And I say that to say, Raiders fans, give up, please. This man got freaking tagged, and Raiders fans are still saying he's going to come back to Green Bay. Raiders fans, even if DeVante Adams is holding out by the trade deadline, the Green Bay Packers are still going to keep him tagged and keep him on the roster. You don't understand the move of Aaron Rodgers spending $50 million on a quarterback and then leaving him stranded with 0 weapons. MVS is gone. Is Allen Lazard going to be the number one receiver in Green Bay? You think Green Bay is going to field a team with Allen Lazard at wide receiver 1? No, Vegas fans. DeVante Adams will be a Packer, and he will extend with the Packers.
They're going to figure it out. What do you think, James?
Wow, I have to tail that. He's right. There's no way you don't pay him. He hasn't. It's not like he's done anything to not earn the money. All DeVante Adams has done is ball out every step of the way. And when you look at the depth chart behind him, who's really proved it? Like he said, MVS is gone. Allen Lazard, solid 2. Amari Rodgers, Randall Cobb is gone. I think. I don't know. He's irrelevant at this point. There's no way you can't pay DeVante Adams and expect to be successful. Aaron Jones is great. A.J. Dillon's great. Allen Lazard exists. Equiminius St. Brown. There we go. There's another name. None of those guys stand out to me as, yeah, we can swap it out and we can replace DeVante Adams with one of these dudes. You failed. You messed up. You got to pay DeVante.
That's fact. Viv, from a rival opinion, are you rejoicing? How are you feeling?
I'm rejoicing, but I have watched the Green Bay Packers and their offseason finesses too long to think otherwise, to have any false hope that DeVante Adams will leave the Packers. I mean, he could pull a Le'Veon Bell and just hold out the whole year and then become a free agent at the end of the end of the season. But I mean, I think that DeVante Adams is too smart to do that. I think that Le'Veon Bell was just an idiot then. And that DeVante Adams would not want to pass up a chance at playing with Aaron Rodgers because there's not many better chances that he would get. I think that it'll come to as a huge cost to the team overall. I think that I wouldn't be surprised to see them get rid of backer Billy Turner, but and restructure Aaron Jones, and maybe also get rid of Amos, depending on how his contract works. I don't know how much cap hit he takes, but they're gonna get rid of some more contracts which weigh against their cap just so that they can extend DeVante Adams. So either it's going to go really, really well and they're going to have, or it's going to go really, really horrible. There's no other option.
That's fact. That's pretty much all I really think we
wait. I got more. But did you guys hear? He bought a house in Vegas, one of the biggest cities in the world. He's obviously going to force a trade to Vegas in like 3 days.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
My goodness gracious.
I didn't even hear that. Joe,
goddamn,
right
like
now.
you're a comedian, bro.
If there's Rodgers news that he changed his contract to a 1-year deal, then I'll buy in, Las Vegas Raiders fans. But if I see 4 years, $50 million, it ain't happening.
Maybe it's an investment property, he wants to rent it out.
Maybe. Packers probably drafting a receiver this year. I mean, they're tied as far as receivers.
I think they should draft a quarterback in the first round. I just feel like it's a Packers thing to do. They should just do it.
Don't do that, please. That's the last thing they need to do.
Real quick, I do want to give our guy his solo real quick, just so we can talk about a couple brief free agent signings. So I'll just let Viv take this one real quick, and we'll keep it moving. But how you feeling about you guys extending Kirk Cousins? Overpaid, not overpaid? What are your thoughts? You're hearing the rumors.
Love the fact that we kept him around. Now we can clear the uncertainty of who will be a quarterback going into the 2021-2022 season. We're not going to trade for Deshaun Watson now, that's for sure. Especially because the Texans made their price clear again. 3 first-round picks and some more. That's like to a GM that's pretty ridiculous. And so nobody and so the Vikings are not going to give that. And I think that the extension just affirmed that, okay, Kirk's going to be our quarterback for the near future. And honestly, I kind of like it, okay? He's familiar with Kevin O'Connell. He had his best season with Washington in 2016 with no weapons, as with Kevin O'Connell as his quarterbacks coach. Now he has Thielen, Jefferson, Cook, hopefully a better O-line this year than he has the last, couple years that he's been with us, and better play calling. So, So I can't wait. I do like the signing. I do think that $35 million is a lot, but to be honest, there's not really much better we could have done. And it also lowered his cap number because we distributed that money over a period of time. And I think that part of it is signing bonus. So signing bonus is exempt from the cap. I'm not. I got to do more research on how exactly it works, but I do know that signing bonuses help lower your cap number. So it decreased. So the fact that we kept him around. We're paying him a lot of money, but does decrease his cap hit, so works out.
Yeah, All well said points. I mean, you can argue what you want. I mean, I guess we'll really see what happens with Kirk Cousins. I'll just run with this real quick. I'm not going to be long with it. But huge for my Eagles today to get Hassan Reddick, 3 years, $45 million. I did notice he's the fifth. He has the fifth most in sacks over the past 2 years for an edge, which I think that's a pretty good stat. I really like him. He's young. He's from Philly. He went to Temple. I don't know if a lot of people know that. But home sweet home. We're bringing back finally a linebacker. They go out and they get one. I'm excited for the signing. I think it's going to be big for the Eagles. I don't really have much to say, but shout out to my Eagles fans. Go Birds. I know there's a couple of you guys watching. But moving on, though, we have a full house tonight, though, of Chargers fans, guys. I gotta give it to the Chargers fans. I mean, Jay, how you feeling? I'm feeling
great. I'm feeling great. Mike Dub with the big dub, getting this big dub. We going 17-0 this year, baby. Is that possible? Did they add another game? Is that 18-0? Did they add another one? I don't know. Chargers all day, baby. It's two. We run LA already. It's over. You know what I'm saying? Look at this. Rams. That used to be the team in LA. We all over Rams. We're in the trash now. I'm putting in the trash. It's Chargers all day, baby. The Rams are done. The Rams are over. No one likes them anymore. They won one Super Bowl. Now the Chargers are taking over, baby. We celebrated the Super Bowl in LA. We were going crazy. We had riots downtown, and everyone became Chargers fans literally the next week. So let's go, baby. Anyway, Mike's happy. Mike's excited. Let me tell y'all something. The colors are looking good. The defense is looking good. That powder blue, you know what I'm saying? Justin Herbert on the offense end. It's all looking good right now. And this is what I think. I love defense. The Chargers have the best defense in the NFL talent-wise right now. They're going to put it together. And who really cares about offense? But then you have Justin Herbert, you have Mike Williams, you have Keenan Elliott, and Austin Eckler. You're probably going to draft someone else. It's going to be insane is all I'm saying. It's going to we've never seen nothing like this in the history of the NFL ever. The Chargers have come to town. That's all I'm going to say. Mike, take it away. Tell us how you feel, Mike.
And don't worry, Mike, I'm not taking off the graphic. I'm just putting up another one I have that you can talk about the Chargers being really a Super Bowl contender as a whole. I think that's valid to say. They have a QB, they have a defense. This is the graphic I really wanted to show for you, Mike. Woo!
Yeah.
Big week for your Chargers, guys.
I mean, look at that. 3 of those 4 guys made the All-Pro team in 2021, and the other one made the All-Pro team in 2019. I mean, sheesh, man. Khalil Mack being the 4th best defensive player on a defense is criminal. That shouldn't even be allowed in the NFL, and I am very excited about it. I actually wanted the Chargers to get Hassan Reddick in Khalil Mack's spot, but then instead we go out and trade basically nothing for a 3-time All-Pro former defensive player of the year, a guy who was injured last year but was still impactful in the games that he played in. This Chargers defense is going to be phenomenal. And the thing is that all these guys that you guys see on the screen right now are game wreckers, turnover creators. Derwin James, J.C. Jackson are going to combine for 24 turnovers. Joey Bosa and Khalil Mack are going to combine for 24, 25 total sacks and a couple strips. And we haven't even gotten to the offense yet, ladies and gentlemen. They got an all-pro at center. They got 2 Pro Bowlers or former Pro Bowlers at guard. They got Rashawn Slater, a rookie all-pro at left tackle. Taking a little risk on Brian Bulaga at right tackle. Austin Eckler out the backfield. Keenan Allen, Mike Williams. Joshua Palmer is the worst player in the starting lineup. Are you kidding me? The only thing stopping the Chargers, it's what stopped the Chargers in the past, and that's health, and nothing else is stopping them.
And that timeout, Mike. You can't forget about the timeout.
Staley's not allowed to call timeouts anymore. We're letting Herbert call the timeouts from now on. He's the new time management coordinator.
You're revoking timeout privileges. What are you thinking, James? What are you thinking about this Chargers team?
First off, I want to shout out because there's a Gamecock fan in the comments. I see that. Spurs up. Following that, though, can we talk about the one cheat code that no one has mentioned yet? You have all of this talent, these 4 dudes, and your star quarterback is still on a rookie deal? Are you kidding me? And so what? That's another 3 years before, well, we'll say 2 years before you really sign him to that fat deal, right? So you could still go out. Doesn't work this year for some reason. Go out and get a piece next year. You still have that cap availability. You still have that variability. You have everything in front of you. Your window is wide open. It just comes down to, coaching, which he's had his problems. Let's admit it. But you have every aspect to be a group. It's exciting to watch, and it sucks as a Browns fan in the same AFC. But, let you be. Enjoy it because the Chargers are about to be real with this defense.
Boulder, me and Mike have a bandwagon Chargers form application. If you want to fill it out, we'll send it to you later after the show.
Never. Wait, no. Hold on. Let me think about it. Never.
Our targets, Jay, are the Washington Commander fans. We're going after them. They're coming over, and they're becoming Los Angeles Charger fans this offseason.
You've got a lot of people jumping ship, so you might actually get more than you think.
What do you think, Mr. Vibb?
Number one, two things I want to say. Number one, hey, Mike and Jay, let's not forget, at least you guys, or at least Brandon Staley's an upgrade over Anthony Lynn. Number two, I honestly like Khalil Mack a lot better than you, Mike. I think that he is the second best or third best player on this defense. Joey Bosa is easily the best, but you can argue him for 2 and 3 interchangeably with Derwin James. I think that we all forget how good Khalil Mack is when healthy, just because he doesn't have high sack numbers. So I think that the presence of Khalil Mack is going to help. One of the areas that the Chargers struggled in a lot last year, I think, was the run defense, and I think that Khalil Mack is going to help a lot with that because he's a phenomenal run stopper along with being a great pass rusher. And then J.C. Jackson is going to help their second. They also have, Asante Samuel Jr., who is a phenomenal as a rookie. And Derwin James being healthy, of course, makes all the difference. And, they do have some I guess you could say their linebackers are like, they don't look amazing, but I think that the defensive line being OP and the secondary that's about to be OP, like kind of overcompensates for that. And of course, can't forget about their brilliant offense. So yeah, you guys are set up well. Wouldn't be surprised if you made the Super Bowl.
That's facts. And I honestly, I might be jumping ship. I might be coming. No, I'm just kidding.
He's serious. He's not joking. He's serious.
I'm joking, but you guys will
make Still 2 birds. Cancel the show. Chargers. Make a Charger show, though.
I would just join Nuts and Bolts. I would just come on there as a third man. But seriously, this team is good. You guys are about to go through a golden era, like James pointed out. Rookie deal with Herbert. Woo! That's the real scary thing. Herbert's playing at an insane level. He's on a rookie deal. You have probably what's going to be the best defense in the NFL next year. Kenneth Murray still stays there. Mike knows I'm a fan of him, even though he hasn't done much. But who knows? Maybe he blossoms in this defense full of playmakers. Who really knows? But you guys are set up well to make the Super Bowl next year. It's an exciting time to be a Chargers fan. And I'm really excited to see what's in store for Mike and Jay next season with this team.
I got one interjection to make. I feel like the Chargers this year are going to be like the Suns, like the 2020 through 2021 Suns, okay? And Khalil Mack, and them getting Khalil Mack is like the Suns, how the Suns got Chris Paul. That's what I think. And I think that Justin Herbert's like, he's like Devin Booker, like a young rising star, got like so much potential, but nobody is going to call him a winner until his team starts winning.
Yeah, and sorry, Dalton, I need to take more time. I'm sorry. But the Chargers also got J.C. Jackson on an $8 million cap hit. An $8 million cap hit. Khalil Mack, that's $17 million cap hit. Joey Bosa is in talks to restructure his deal and bring his cap hit back to under $20 million as well. The team is adding more. We got Sebastian Joseph Day about 2 hours ago on top of it all. This guy contributed heavily to a Super Bowl championship roster last year, a couple months ago. And now he's in our building, which is just, across the field from his old building. So I'm pretty stoked about what the Chargers are doing. And the offense can play so much more aggressive. There are so many situations, and I say more aggressive after all those going for on fourth down and crap. But I mean down the field aggression. There are so many times where you can tell they reel the offense back because they're not trying to give up the lead, throw interceptions, whatever it might be. If you have a defense that you trust can take the ball away as much as this defense is going to take the ball away, you can be a lot more aggressive down the field. And guess who we got going down the field? We got Keenan Allen, Mike Williams, Josh Palmer. And how would y'all react if the Chargers drafted Chris Olave?
Oh,
I've been saying it. Watch my TikTok. I've been saying it. You go crazy.
That could quite possibly become the best receiver core in the NFL if you guys drafted Chris Olave.
We're in a spot where you draft best player available. That's not a quarterback, center, or strong safety, basically.
Mike, Tom gave me another call real quick. It looks like Bobby Wagner to the Chargers.
Oh my god,
We have Bobby Wagner to the Chargers. What I'm hearing.
We got about 12 mil left before this Bosa restructure that's coming up, and before a Bulaga restructure. So we're gonna have like 25 more to spend this offseason.
Bobby will take 10. That's what I'm hearing.
Yeah.
Don't play with my emotions like that. I still want a middle linebacker, Jay. Don't do me like that. What are you thinking about this, though, Jay? Your guy. No, I'm just kidding. I know you hate him. What are you thinking, though, Jay?
I don't hate him. I just think he's severely overrated, and he does things off the field that I also overrated. But I don't know. I'm not gonna talk about that. But I South Carolina, we want to show this guy love. This is eating my time a little bit. I'm fine with that because I don't really care to talk about Shaun Watson. I hope it runs into my time. $5 to answer the free agents that the Falcons should sign. I know Mike will get into that. I think they should just really quick have them sign Deshaun Watson. They're not doing anything anyway. Who cares about them? Just playing. But no, Deshaun Watson, I think someone in the comments was saying he should go to the Panthers. I think that's a lateral move from Sam Darnold, so I don't know if they're going to do that. I think he should go. I think Mike saying the Saints actually does make sense because I think he's an upgrade to whatever Ian Book or whoever the Saints have, so he's an upgrade for the Saints. I think that'd be a good move. I don't think he should stay with the Texans. I think Davis Mills is a better quarterback than him, so I'm going to say Deshaun Watson to the Saints makes the most sense. You add him up with Alvin Kamara, like Mike was talking about the Criminal Bowl or whatever they were calling that. We were calling that earlier with him and Alvin Kamara, little dynamic duo. Hide your kids, hide your wife, and you go to New Orleans in the Saints game. But yeah, I don't know. I'll love the Alvin Kamara though, because I don't even know what he did. Free my man's. But anyway, actually, I think he beat up someone like to almost death. So I don't know. But anyway, side note: Deshaun Watson, I think could go to the Saints. But yeah, I don't see him making much of an impact wherever he goes. So it really doesn't matter to me. But yeah, Saints is fine. I mean, the Texans won 4 games when he was there. I really don't care about this man that much. Like he just touched some people, and now people like him for some reason. He's like popular. It's weird. Ted Bundy.
What do you think, Mike?
I think Jay's the biggest Deshaun Watson hater I've ever met.
You
be out here telling me that he sucks and stuff, but this guy is phenomenal. He's amazing on the field. I'm a hater too, Jay. But I'm a hater for all that crap he did off the field, not what he did on the field. All right? I'm more of a hater for what he did off the field.
I agree with Mike. Yeah. He's
It's
phenomenal. Jay, I think Jay's just a hater.
No, he's a top 16 quarterback. I said top 16 quarterback. I'm not a hater.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. This guy's top 5. This guy's top 5.
He's top 5. He's top 5.
If he's still the same. I mean, it has been a full calendar year since we've seen him play. But yeah, I mean, it looks like the Panthers and the Saints are the reported teams, but I keep seeing Rap Sheet and Scheffner and all the reporters saying, and other teams. So who are those other teams? I'm thinking of Cleveland. I'm thinking of Indianapolis maybe, but they don't have a first-round pick to trade this upcoming season. I think Pittsburgh's are out of the running. They're like, you know what? We don't even really want him. I think someone in the front office even announced like he doesn't fit their culture or something. So I think Pittsburgh is completely out. Keep an eye on Miami. Yeah, I know that they verbally committed to Tua, but guess what? Everyone's verbally committed to Tua and turned on him by now. So at this point, maybe the Miami Dolphins come into this and they say, hey, we got a lot of draft picks. Thanks, Brian Flores. Yeah, we canned you, but we're going to go and get Deshaun Watson now that you're gone. But my favorite landing spot is definitely New Orleans still.
Yeah. What do you think, Vib? Or I'm sorry,
That's
James.
also I agree with Mike. Number 1, that's my favorite landing spot for Deshaun Watson. I think that the return of Michael Thomas and also Alvin Kamara being healthy makes playing in New Orleans very, very enticing. The only thing that doesn't make it enticing for New Orleans is the cap hit. They're already in bad cap situations, and I feel like they would have to compromise some defensive pieces in order to get back over the cap if they want to go get Watson. The good thing for them is that they have very, very good player development and like have a very, very good player development system in place. So, and they don't have bad management, so they can figure a way around it. They got out of like $100 million in cap debt last year, so I think they can figure it out this year and figure out a way to push for Watson. I think that it's been a year, but I mean, he was probably still like working out and stuff like during like when he wasn't playing. I mean, I don't think that anyone would want to like lose their football shape. So I think that when he comes back, he'll be fine.
Yeah. Thank you, Vib. And last but not least, I mean, you guys have pretty much all taken the words out of my mouth. I want to thank James for coming on. But James, what do you think about this?
I honestly thought you were going to skip over me. I was like, damn, all right, I'll stay down.
No, I want to do you like that.
Look, man, I got to say it makes sense. New Orleans has pieces to move. They have all this stuff. They have X, Y, Z. But But I know New Orleans, and here's the thing, is nothing ever goes their way. Something's going to mess up along the line. I want to convince myself that Brian Flores still has enough influence in Pittsburgh. I don't think it. I really think he's going to end up saving Matt Rule's job in Carolina. They're going to end up moving on from some piece. They're going to give up, I don't know, they'll probably end up moving CMC to save some capital, but they have what, the 6th overall pick this year? That carries enough weight. They have the assets to make a move for it. I could see it. I could see Carolina ending up with Deshaun Watson, even though he said they're not on his list and he might not waive his trade clause for them. I think it's going to happen.
I like it. I mean, yeah, you guys pretty much all took the words out of my mouth. I don't have anything else to say, really. I just want to thank everybody for coming on tonight. A special thank you to our 2 guests, NFL Mike and Boda Sports, a.k.a. James. Gentlemen, from Up for Debate, let's give them a round of applause. Thank you guys for coming on. We appreciate you. Follow both of them on TikTok. Mike's saying, check out the Chargers, Super Bowl bound. I could definitely see it.
I can definitely ride with that.
I can ride with that too. But without further ado, Mike, do you know what the honors are? Do you want to give us the honors tonight?
I don't know what the honors are. Sorry.
All right. I'll spell it. Ready? O-U-T-R-O.
O-U-T. Out?
Yeah, keep going. Jay might know.
This is
Outro, baby.
Let's go Chargers, baby. Super Bowl bound. I could see it, guys. For our Chargers fans.